Oh, we got one right off the bat. For Blue Gaze, just checking in to say hi. Just checking in to say hi. Drop a thumbs up. Just got to work dirty and tired. Get some rest, man. Thanks for dropping the comment.
Or he has right.
Hey, how's the sound, guys? This external mic gets kind of weird sometimes. I don't even know what we're going to talk about. Should have planned it. Is the sound on? Let's see what we got. Sounds good. Sounds good. Ship your box. Oh, sweet. Thanks, man. Yeah, I just saw the tracking number. That's awesome. I can't wait to get it and try it out. So for those, well, the three of you that are in here so far, I'll plug it later. But Bumper Thumper makes traction compound. He's going to send me, or he did send me a gallon. So when it gets here and I get the car fixed, we'll go ahead and use it and hopefully continue using it. As you guys know, the plan for me is I really want to get into some of that no prep style racing as the car progresses. So that stuff is definitely going to come in handy. George F. Yo, from vacation in North Carolina. Not bad. Where you vacationing at? It is hot down here.
In New Jersey, today it's 104.
Feels like 104, or it is 104? Because feels like 104, yeah, it's hot, but here it's like actually 104.
Check the weather app.
I think George is from New York, I think, if I remember. I met him out at no, what was that? What did I go to on Ford Takeover? That was it.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top Sail. That's got to be what, towards the Outer Banks? I have no clue where that is. Sounds like it's kind of water-ish, beach-ish. Jeff Sparky Dunn. What's up, guys? Hope y'all have a great weekend. Thanks. We hope you do too. So far, it's going pretty good. We say, yeah, up in New York, hotter than here. Oh, wow. I believe it. Bob Fallett. Dig or die, get those no prep juices flowing, LOL. Yeah, I mean, also, I think what really did it for me was the time I raced on at Thunder Valley. And the track wasn't prepped because they were, I guess, prepping for no prep. And just kind of the challenge of trying to get the car right to go down, to me it is more fun than actually racing on a really tight glued track. And then it's really, whatever car sticks the best wins. I like the challenge of having to make adjustments because, I mean, in reality, you could have a car that is slower per se, but gets down better win. And to me, that's more interesting, more fun. I enjoy that challenge, I think, more than just sticking a car down to a glued surface and going as fast as possible. Bumper Thumper said, we are excited for you to get it and give us your review. Plus, can't wait for you to start the no prep. Yeah, man, I was pretty happy you reached out to me. When we were actually down, we were going to do a pour your own prep race. The car broke, so we didn't do it. But it was at Thunder Valley, actually. And they had a pour your own puddle, no prep style race. It was a 7.0 class. I was going to enter it with this thing. So, yeah, we're definitely going to put it to use. And, yeah, again, I really, really appreciate it. George said, my car's ready for tune. It's killing me. I need to find someone. I got 5 miles on it. You're running Holly Terminator X, right, George? And then do you have somebody, I guess, that you're going to plant or have tune it? Do you have someone like up there or wherever that, can tune that for you or will tune that for you? I know Funky's got a chat live stream going on. I think he started a little earlier than me, so I don't know if we're gonna get too many people. His live streams get pretty rowdy. Always a good time. I went to jump in his earlier, but he didn't start yet. Got 8 whole people. 8's my lucky number, for those who were curious. Boost Streamer, what's up, man? He said, "What's up to you too?"
What's up?
As for the car's I don't know if you can see if you might have saw in my last video, the car has been up on jack stands. David, hey, what's up, David? What's going on? So yeah, the car's been up on jack stands. I got the car fixed finally and running right, which was awesome. And then as I was coming down, just light poles going up and down the road, and as I was pulling it back in, hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys. My daughter needs something real quick. What was I just talking about? Oh, yeah, the car.
Yeah.
So we got the car, as I was pulling it back in the garage, I noticed like a pretty weird vibration from the rear as I was driving it. And then it was actually when I just rolled it forward, like pushing it, and it started making this weird squealing sound. And so I pulled the rear apart, and the splines are actually twisted, and then the shaft itself is actually kind of bent. So I just had to order a whole new set of what I get? The Pro Series, not Pro Series. Yeah, the Pro Race Axles or whatever they're called. The strip, not the street strip, not the alloy ones. They're the one step up from that. So we're waiting for those to come in. They said it'd be about a couple weeks. I mean, aside from that, really not much going on with this car. I fired it up for the first time today in a while. I mean, it fired right off like nothing. But yeah, we're waiting on those axles, and then we'll get this thing hopefully back out to the track. Hopefully we get soon enough to where we can go racing at least before September comes around. But yeah, that's where we're at. We're just waiting on that. And I'm honestly kind of glad that I found it now, because I've always kind of been thinking I'm cutting pretty good 60 foots. I'm launching pretty hard on stock stuff. And then really after the what's it called? The bushings and the control arms were tore up. It was kind of always in my mind, like I'm just waiting for one to break. And luckily I caught it before it actually happened. If that could have happened at the wrong time, I would have ended up in the wall or something. George said, I found out why mine built. Why did it? Was it timing related, George, or what was going on with it? I remember seeing that picture, man. That piston was pretty tore up. Why I put 35 spline? Yeah, that's what I got too. We ordered the strange 35 spline. Yeah, and the C-clip eliminators, obviously, and all that stuff. I was actually hesitant. It took me a while to order them because the rear discs on this car, the SN95 rear disc, the rear bracket, if it's straight, it won't fit really. The axle will stick out too far. But luckily whoever had the car before me that did the North, I think it's called North Race Cars bracket. So the caliper will actually bolt right on perfectly fine. And I can use it with those C-clip eliminators. So yeah, we're just waiting on that. I did the Lmr kit with 35 spline axles. Yeah, I was looking at the Lmr one, but what I did was I called Strange directly because I know Josh from Underground Garage had tore up a set of Mosier ones. I think it was Mosier. And then I found out that there's alloy, and then there's also like one step up from that, which is the Pro Race. And being that I have bigger plans for this car than what's in it right now, I decided to go with the Pro Race. This way, if I ever or when I get up towards 1,000 or 1,500 horsepower in my next setup, they'll be able to handle that. So that's kind of why I did that. It was a little bit more money. I think the one on Lmr is like $5.99, and then from Strange with everything was like $6.20, I think. So $120 some odd dollars more, and then plus obviously tax and shipping. Are you going to run the C-clip eliminators, Gordy Bowers? Yeah, so that's what it is. It'll be C-clip eliminators, a spool, and I don't remember if you haven't seen the actual carrier on this car, the rear. It's the spider gears are in horrible shape. So yeah, I'm happy to get rid of that stuff. Bob Falla said, "Where are you at in the square body?" So John, how's the square body engine going? It's finished, right?
Yeah, it's running.
It runs.
It runs well.
Yeah, basically, we got the engine back in the truck. Fired it up, broke in the camshaft, and drove it around every now and again. I took it out we went to get haircuts the other day. Really pretty much it. I'm still editing the videos. I think in the last video you finished the long block on it, right? And that the one you edited it.
I think we finished the engine itself.
No, I don't think we did. I think we're just at the long block being finished. But yeah, we got more coming up, but he finished it. We drove it around. I mean, it drives pretty smooth.
Yeah.
So that's where the square body's at. So what did George say? Launch control was enabled. It was throwing it to 45 degrees. Yeah, I figured that was timing related. And because, yeah, seeing the piston like that, I knew it was mainly timing that was going to do that. And, yeah, when you're doing that launch control stuff, you got to make sure you do minus and then whatever degree. Otherwise, it's going to throw that on top of it. And then, yeah, that could go really bad really quick, as yours did, unfortunately. So, man, I'm sorry to hear that, but at least you figured out what it was. And, yeah, definitely fix that for the next time. Sally DeFox. Hey, Dan, Paul's driving, but we want to say hi. Hey, Paul and Sally, thanks for stopping in. I really enjoy their live streams. If you guys don't follow Paul DeFox, aside from the fact that he does great videos, he did a live stream last night. He does live streams every now and again. He does giveaways every now and again, and he's got a really badass Foxbody. Way more of a race car than I have. Plus, he also does a lot of other Foxbody stuff. It's really interesting, really fun stuff. David Willis says, I like square body trucks. Yeah, I like them too. But man, every time we dig into something on this truck, we find something else that needs to be fixed.
And we got to jump in the.
Yeah, it's older than me, honestly. The thing's at what, 83, 82?
It's an 83.
83? Yeah, I mean, but still, every time I fix something, and then it's just like, all right, now we're going to fix this other stuff too.
They should bring back just throwing sofas and cars. So.
He said, so yeah, he wants he likes the seat in that truck, the bench seat, the big, it's a pretty big, comfortable bench. He wants bench seats to come back into these vehicles.
Or at least them to just like the
material, the sofa material.
Yeah.
It is comfortable. What else we got here? George says it was not on purpose. Don't even know how it happened. Yeah, and George, that's just one of those things where I don't know if that table. I mean, mine's disabled. When I actually go, when I go to do some no prep stuff, whenever we get this car back to racing, I'm going to enable it to control the launch, obviously. But that was the one thing I noticed right off the bat was that table, unless you do negative timing, it's going to add timing. And yeah, if you're running, say 36 or 30 or 24, whatever, and if you go into boost when you want to command, maybe it's 26 off the hit, but then you're adding 15 on top instead of pulling 15 out, that's obviously not going to go very well. Automotive Addiction said, I went back to an older truck building a 77 Ford F-150. Had to hunt down a big block Ford. I love those like 77. Yeah, the 70s Fords, the way the grill looks. Were they called Rangers back then? Like or was that the F-100 was a Ranger in like the earlier 70s? Like 72, 70, 72?
I thought the Ranger was just like a different.
This is like the old back in the 70s. I think the F100 was someone in here's got to know. These guys know more than me basically. But yeah, I love those 70s pickups, especially Ford. I mean, Chevy too. I love all the older stuff. George says, when I was setting up the dual sync, every time I hit set, it would go to 45 from 20. Jeez. Glad I noticed it this time around. Yeah, that's a huge catch, man. Because yeah, that's a big difference in timing. Like 45. You could get away with that if it's like at the bottom of like the decel timing or whatever, but 45, yeah, that should be nowhere in that table. I'm glad you caught that. Sally says, "Thank you, Dan. We appreciate the shout out." Yeah, anytime. I love shouting out good people. You know, we have a great community, so and I love supporting each other. So Davis Willis said, in my area, they just bring in as much as the Foxbodies. Yeah, even out here too, they bring a lot of money, even for ones that are all rusted and clapped out. I mean, those square bodies, people are getting big money for them. I mean, like if you wanted to buy like a very nice, clean, turnkey, needs nothing, you're talking around here probably 15, 20 grand, depending on the year.
I saw one, it was a 78. It was in Arizona. They were asking for like 30.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in Arizona, you figure no rust. I mean, maybe some surface rust or patina or whatever you want to call it, but that's the place to buy them. Cars. I got bit by a mosquito. I don't know if you didn't get your laptop.
It's gone now.
Yeah, but mine is Explorer. Explorer? He must be talking about the F-150. So what did Dylan Carey say? When you get into no prep, are you keeping the Terminator X and adding the IO module or switching the Dominator? So when I do, if they have any no prep or when they have them pretty often around here. I'll just use the Terminator X. I mean, there's no need to go away from the Terminator X. And I can run the car as is right now, use the launch control to control timing. I could really do it as is with the Terminator X. I don't need the IO module to add anything yet. And the Dominator, the reason why I would like to switch to the Dominator in the future is because the Dominator has more injector driver. It has different injector drivers, so you can run low impedance injectors. You can run alcohol and all that other stuff on it. And the Terminator X is just really not capable of that. So, I mean, for what I'm doing right now, Terminator X is 100% perfect. But as I move into, like, say, when I get this car to about 1,000, 1,500 horsepower, depending on my setup, more than likely I'll need a Dominator or some other, engine management system. George said, when I enabled the launch, it stopped doing it. When you enabled it, it stopped? I wonder because that doesn't sound right. If your launch control is disabled, it should just it shouldn't really do anything. I'm curious what the timing table actually looks like. So if it's enabled and giving you 45 or giving you 20, then it must be pulling 25. Because if it's like mine's disabled, it just gives me whatever's in the table. Oh, disabled. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you confused me there for a second. I was like, that doesn't. You make check your timing table like ASAP. Okay, so when it's disabled, perfect. Boo Streamer said, I feel your car is pretty well set up for no prep. Yeah, and honestly, I kind of have a understanding of an idea of what I need to run to be competitive. It's just a matter of, like, the car is capable of being competitive if it can run on the street what it does at the track. However, that's not the case. It's going to go slower. But yeah, I think, and to be honest too, I haven't really gone crazy as far as, turning it up and anything like that either. So we still have room to play with, try and get into some of that, no prep stuff, depending on what class we go in. Obviously those, bigger classes, we just get gapped first round, duck, and be gone. J Dollar said, looking to put Terminator X on my Foxbody 302 Trick Flow 170 heads, V3 supercharger, 11 to 12 pounds of boost using fuel management unit. How much horsepower should I gain with the Terminator X tune? You probably won't gain any horsepower. I mean, you might be able to refine it better so you have more power in the right spots. For example, when I had my car on the dyno the first time when it was on gasoline, I was able to take some timing out at lower RPM, or basically I was able to find the timing, what timing worked best throughout the curve to where I was picking up horsepower down low. So I was picking up like 20 horsepower down low. And then, there's really nothing about a Terminator X that's going to give you horsepower. It just gives you the ability to further refine your setup. And then you also have the ability to, adjust as needed, especially if you're doing, racing or whatever. You can, make those adjustments for however the track is or street or whatever you're doing. Dave Willis, I got to go down. My kids are showing up. Y'all have a good night. Hey, thanks for stopping in, man. We appreciate it. Yeah, my other kids are popping out already. What else we got? Dylan says, I totally understand. I just meant to be able to add more sensors for data, such as shocks, possible traction control. Hard to be very specific. Yeah, and that's honestly, Dylan, you're spot on. If I wanted to add that stuff, I would 100% need that I/O module. And that's just something where, as I progress, I probably wouldn't add that stuff in until I was ready for something like a Dominator. But if obviously, like you're saying, as much data as possible is the best way to get better. Other than that, it's like some of these other dudes do. They just have someone video and then go from there. Blue Collar Fox, what's up, man? It was enabled, but I don't know how. Yeah, sometimes, George, those settings, I don't know who was tuning your car before. Maybe they enabled it by accident. I don't think it comes enabled. No, it definitely doesn't come enabled from the factory or from the thing, because you have to pin it, too, for it to work. So, yeah, someone enabled it and pinned it. Because mine, I tried that off the button that I have. So basically I had it to where it activated when I hit the button and it was by time. So I basically had it to where it would pull, I think I had 16 degrees timing pulled out of it for a second to a second and a half maybe. I was practicing on a closed road and, that was pretty much just testing it out. It works really well if you use it right. But like I said, you have to make sure you're taking timing out. Otherwise, it's going to throw it on top. Where I live, 6.0 and under is competitive on the street, no prep or no prep track stuff. Yeah, that's Dylan. I feel like that's pretty much what it is out here, except for when you get to stuff like dig or die, obviously. You're going to get guys going really fast. And even around here, like we went to the track the other day. Those dudes were flying. I was going to do, if the car was running, I was going to jump in on this stock block race. And there was actually a pro-charged Coyote that jumped in on the stock block stuff. And he didn't fare too well. The cars around here are quick. We got a lot of heavy hitters out here. And even, I just really want to do it to have fun and be somewhat competitive. But yeah, my goal for like on the street would be, on a no prep track would be like a high 5. And I don't think this setup will do it, but where I go, I should be able to, where I go from here. Boost Streamer said, I was just about to say the class would definitely matter. Yeah, definitely. Depending on what class you're going to run in, that's what I would like to do. I would like to do stock block races and then, no prep style races. The only problem with stock block with this is very, very, very limited. So, we'll see. That it might change. Pip Tyson said, so what are your plans to get that $499? Like what you do, what do you think you'll need next? So for the $599, one, I definitely need a fuel pump, which is in the works. 2 is those strange axles, which I'm in the process of doing now. Maybe a trans brake, because definitely a trans brake, because you figure if I'm doing 630s now, And I haven't even like turned it up fully yet, but you figure if I'm cutting a 140 with a brake, maybe I can cut like a 129, 130. That's a 10th right there. Should pick up on the back end. Who knows what? So I think as far as engine, I think we're at where we're at. And then the rest will be in the chassis and getting the car to launch better. That's where I'm going with it. I'm taking this car, leaving the engine as is, and then just going to try and build up the chassis to be stronger, and then also try and cut that 60 foot down. That's where I feel like I'm going to make my 599 at. And then obviously, I mean, I have that scramble too. So say I get kind of close, I could always grab that, on the follow-on run as I get down track. I'm just really hesitant. As we know, these stock blocks on these Fords, they don't really last very long. They can't hold that much power. So I'm trying to protect my investment so I can have fun as long as I possibly can until I'm ready to move on. And then also, too, when I get ready to get rid of this, like when I go to move on, I mean, I'm going to sell this setup. So I want it to stay together. Blue Collar Fox says, working like crazy, missing girl found today. Jeez. Man, hope she was okay. Yeah, this night, my son just said it was 100 some odd degrees up in Jersey today. He's he was, remember making the toll booth jokes. He's a police officer.
Oh, so apparently at the beginning of the school year, we got to wear masks.
Yeah. I don't. Actually, I do at work, but whatever. It is what it is, man. Dylan Carey says, Street Racing Channel, SRC Garage give a lot of tips that are very successful, but even they just bought a car with a Dominator with all the data and be able to learn EFI track. Yeah, and that Falcon is bad to the bone, man. I love that car. I like how Big Bill is kind of like, hey, he put out a thing. He's like, hey, man, just so everyone knows, I got to 60,000 subs without a Ford swap. What do you say? A LS swap Ford or something like that. But that's a real nice car. And I'm glad Tommy's driving it too. I like that channel. I mean, the family's pretty cool. I mean, we met them out at Dig or Die. They're good people. You can learn a lot from videos as long as you have a good video guy. Like the Brewer Racing channel, I showed you. I film all those videos with the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I got an iPhone 11 Pro Max. That's my biggest, I guess, constraint is that I go to the track by myself. Every now and again, like neighbor came one time. I mean, I got too many kids. The kids all can't come. But that's why I was trying to go while I have him. One, because it'll be fun for him, and then two, because a little bit of help goes a long way. She was good. Found in Marlboro near PD.
It's not very far from.
Yeah, Marlboro. That's down Route 9. Old Bridge. Yeah, that's a nice area too.
Okay.
Dylan said, I met Billy at a race in Dayton, Ohio. Yeah, I didn't really talk to Billy. We talked to Vicky, the mom. We got rev the car to 7,200 the other day. It was just starting the Nova. What's your setup again, Blue Collar Fox? 7,200. That is screaming. I actually readjusted the valves on this car. I don't know if I did it wrong last time, which I don't think I did. But I readjusted the valves when I took the car out before the axles I found out they were bent. But it felt way stronger everywhere. So I don't know if that helped. So I guess that's kind of what I'm looking forward to seeing is if me fixing the valve adjustment. I looked in the Ford. We got some old Chilton's manuals, and I looked in the manual and did the valve adjustment that was in the manual for whatever stud mounted rocker arm was in there. And yeah, it felt way different. I mean, I don't know if that's because last time I took it out, I was only on 7 cylinders. So obviously I'm going to feel a difference, but I may have screwed that up in the past, the valve adjustment. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get it to rev to 6,000. But every time I get there, I mean, 5,800, this thing just dies and noses over. What do you say? He's got a 347 N91 cam dual plane air gap with a 210 Pro comp heads. That's a carbureted car? That N91 cam, that's a good cam too. $347. Yep. I kind of wish I went 347 with this motor, but I got what I got. It's still fun. I don't even really know. Is there anything we can do to the car, like in the meantime, while we're waiting? The Axle said they were going to be here in 2 weeks. I honestly don't know. No, not main. I just changed the oil.
Oh, yeah, you already changed that wire.
Yeah, I just changed the oil. Like the car's finally to the point where it's running fine and something else breaks. Oh, such is the life of doing this stuff.
Get a bigger turbo.
This guy, get a bigger turbo. We haven't even maxed that thing out yet. What did you guys think of the last video I did where I basically, I don't know, it was kind of more me sitting and talking and then showing a little data and then kind of, like a lesson type video. Do you guys like videos like that? Or, I mean, obviously everyone likes the action and racing videos and I do too, but it's kind of hard to sustain that, especially with my new work schedule and stuff. Pip Tyson said, is your rotating assembly good enough to throw in a dart block? Yeah, the rotating assembly is all forged. So, I mean, it's forged pistons, forged rods. I think the crank is cast, but I could easily take this out and throw it in a dart block, probably without issue, and which is actually something I was thinking about doing. But it was, I don't know if Dart is they were way, way behind in like back ordered for blocks and stuff. So I haven't looked into it in a while. And they had a lot more 347 stuff, not as much. I didn't see any 331. Well, no, it's the same block. It's just never mind. Don't listen to me. Same block size, bore size, 4030. Here I am. I gotta, like, sometimes I don't think before I start speaking. You're not the only one. I do it too. Remember that time when I tried to think I could just change the crank? I thought I could just change the crankshaft and I could go to a 347 by just getting a longer stroke. And then somebody was like, I'm pretty sure you need different pistons and whatnot. And then I was like, you know what? Let me actually look at this. And it was like, yeah, you idiot. What are you doing? So, yeah, I haven't looked for a 4030 block yet, so I'll check it out. Paul the Fox, still here listening. Thanks, man. Hope your drive's going good. And don't be watching and driving. Sally can watch if she's not driving, but I do that all the time where I'll put the phone, I'll pop open YouTube and like stick my phone in the corner and just to listen to it. But I stick in the corner and then he'll just like watch while I listen. It's like listening to the radio when we were kids. Well, at my grandparents' house, obviously. We had a bunch of TVs growing up. Dylan said, I lost my dad in 2019, and the time I get to spend racing with my father-in-law is priceless to me, and I've turned into a very valuable part of the program. You and John would definitely enjoy that too. Well, sorry to hear that about your dad. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoy that's another thing that draws me out to go to racing is the kind of the community around the racing community. I mean, yeah, you have people there that are, fighting and doing dumb stuff, but the majority of people there are good people there to help each other. Just like, they don't even care if your car is slow. They're not going to like make fun of you or talk. Like, there was that Mustang that entered the other day, like clearly outgunned, but the guy was like, it's my first time at a racetrack. I just want to have fun. And it was a free entry race. So they were, like, how can you not respect that? It was kind of funny to see how much he got beat by, but at the end of the day, he's out there having fun and everyone's out there like, supporting each other and having a good time. So It's good to have a good program, I would assume, too. I wouldn't know that. Like, my program is just me and him for the summer. But maybe one day. I try and keep talking my wife into it, but I mean, we obviously got all the kids, and maybe when they get a little older. Boost Streamer said, I like all the help possible for tuning videos. I don't mind. Oh, sweet, man. Yeah, and I've been so busy. I moved to a different place at work, and I'm working way more than ever. So, for those who don't know, I'm going to be helping Boost Streamer out with a tune. Work conflict from a couple weeks ago where we couldn't get the car on the dyno, and then this past weekend, this weekend really is just not a good weekend. Blue Collar Fox said, yeah, carb, nice. Oh, yeah, okay, I remember that now. Yeah, those carb motors, man. That the way when the air charge gets cooled basically by the gas shooting down the carburetor. And then if you got you said you had a dual plane air gap. Is that Edelbrock? I bet you if you put a single plane manifold, like a higher runner, you'd probably rev that thing out to 7,500. Go ahead, yeah. Let's see. All you have to say is Army. Yeah, man, that's how it is, man. You know the life. Taking a bit to get used to, that's all. But we'll see. Hopefully we slow down here at some point. Considering a 6.0 LS. Honestly, I don't blame you. We were talking about stuff like that today, me and John. Hold on. I think I can share my screen over here. So I, for one, I love Foxbodies. I love seeing a Ford-powered Foxbody. At Dig or Die, a Ford-powered Foxbody won. At the racetrack last week, a Ford-powered Foxbody was flying. But I'm not against – I've built an LS. I put it in a Camaro, but I'm not against LS stuff at all. The only thing I would say is, a lot of people have done the build, and I think that's why so many people are against them. Aside from the diehard enthusiasts, which there's nothing wrong with being a diehard enthusiast, but I would throw an LS and a Foxbody in a heartbeat. For racing or whatever. I'd throw whatever in it. My goal for this is to keep it Ford powered. Obviously, everyone knows that. But yeah, I'm not against it at all. It's the cheapest way to make power. Exactly like you just said, cheap and easy to make power. Cam, you're at 500 turbo. You can make on a stock block. You make well over 1,000. My old car, the one that I sold, the 347 I had. I was just talking to TJ today. That's a 5.3 LS, 88 millimeter turbo. He's well over 1,000. He's running in the fours on a stock block LS. If I tried to make 1,500 horsepower with this thing, I'd be picking it up it would be shrapnel everywhere. And even building it, I've built an LS, or we've built an LS, and then I've built obviously a few of these. But even when you're building the engines, the LS stuff, you figure that's it's a 4-bolt main cap. It's actually a 6-bolt because it's got 2 on the sides too. So you got your 6 bolts for each cap to hold the main caps in, whereas these are just 2. Even just as you build the whole block, as you look at the webbing in it and all that stuff, you could just tell. It's newer technology. This stuff can withstand what people do to them, and they blow holes in those things too. We actually saw one happen right in front of us. Yeah. That's really all it is. But you can get, and that's the thing, trying to do a 427 or 351 base Fox or whatever, or even a dart block, you're talking $2,000 for a block, where I can go buy a 6.0 from the junkyard for, if they have one, for a couple $100, and the 5.3 for even less. So I'm not against it. I think it would be cool, depending on what you're doing. I would like to not do that with this. I don't plan on doing that with this. Thank you for your service. Much respect. Dylan, thanks a lot. We appreciate that. Rob's in the house. Loch Ness Fox. What's up, man? You jump on Funky 5-0's live stream at all? Is he even? Let me check real quick. I know he said he was going to be on. And I texted him. I was like, I forgot he goes live every Friday. I didn't want to like step on his heels, you know. Granted, I'm sure more people watch him than me anyway. Where am I at? Let's see if he's live. Oh no, he left 46 minutes ago. People have gone really fast with stock bottom end 351s. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, 100% I believe it. And I know this, the 351, you can build them. They're much stronger than these 302 blocks. No, missed them. Just got home. Yeah, I popped on his for a little bit. They were working on a supercharged car, 347, I think he said. I don't remember. You've seen me mention Tyler Davis, Hyper DNA Performance on Facebook. He's a dart dealer, can help you get a block. Oh, nice. Let me write that in my notes. Hyper DNA Performance. Yeah, I've been looking at them. I've been looking for them because obviously I want to go bigger and better. And yeah, the cheapest route for me would just to get a block, new rings, just throw all this stuff in a dart block, and then I could really pour some boost into it. And you figure a dart block, you're talking, depending on which one you get, I mean, $2,000 maybe. Let me write that down. What did he say? Hyper DNA Performance?
Yep. Facebook.
What's the guy's name? Tyler Davis. I'll check it out after this. Thanks, Dylan. Appreciate that information. How's things going, Blue Collar Fox? Rob, what's up with your car? Are you still doing the carb thing? Oh, and so since we're on the me progressing somewhere else with this car, what I plan on doing, so as I progress forward and get into trying to build like a bigger small block with a different turbo setup and move on to a Dominator, what I'm probably going to do is sell my entire setup to include the Holley Terminator X. So, and I'll project that this will probably happen around this fall, maybe into winter. My plan is basically to yank this whole setup out probably around November and sell everything. Terminator X, On3 Turbo. Actually, I'd like to sell the whole setup 100% as is. This way someone can basically take this whole 331 C4 Holley Terminator X and just put it in their car and whatever On3 and stuff too. But we'll see. That's my plan. That's kind of as I'm planning and going through it. That's where I'm hoping to be able to go through and do this, but we'll see. So if somebody wants this whole setup, you know where to find me on Instagram or on here, obviously, or regular guy garage 8@gmail.com. What else we got going on here? I remember when Ford made 4-bolt blocks a little over $1,000. Man, I wish. I think those Boss blocks are 4-bolt mains, except for, isn't it only the center 3 or 4-bolt and then the outers are 2-bolt? Do you have a Facebook? I could send you a link and some info. I only have Instagram for my YouTube stuff. I mean, I have a Facebook, but it's a personal one, and I only have family on it. So I'm not going to put it out there. But I'll look him up with that info. I'll just look him up on Facebook. Yeah, John, check him out.
How do you look up like sellers?
No, just type in the search bar. Tyler Davis, Hyper DNA Performance, or one or the other. Hang on, I'm going to go get another drink real quick. By the way, for those curious, the drink for tonight is Bud Select 55. Got to watch my figure. Dad bod. So 55 calories. That's all I really want for the beer lately. Trying to lose that COVID 30 also. It's like a COVID 15 now. I dropped 15 pounds. Dylan told you. Okay, totally understand. Yeah, and John's looking it up right now. We'll find it, man. The information itself is much appreciated. Loch Ness. Rob says going carb. Yeah. Do you know which? So Blue Collar Fox was just saying his car pulls to 7,200, and he's got that dual plane intake, and then the carb also. Do you know, Rob, what size carb you plan on using, or like what intake manifold and carb setup you plan on using? Really, I will remember that. Are you talking about it for the beer? The Bud Select 55? The only thing that's rough about this is they don't, well, one, it's a light lager, so it tastes like one. But they only sell it at, I think, Publix down here. They don't sell it at like some of these other stores. And the reason how I found this was I was listening to Dale Jr.'s podcast. And that's what he drinks, not because he drinks it, but because he was talking about how he was on, his mission to lose his extra weight that he put on, his lockdown weight. But he still enjoys drinking beer, like most of us do. And so that's what he went to. He went to Bud Select 55. I was doing Michelob Ultra for a while, but I don't really like the taste of that either. But so it was a good change, good switch.
I found Tyler Danger, but I can't find.
Hyper, that's it right there.
I know I found.
Hyper DNA.
No, this is a.
Oh, that's a different street bike
racing team.
Well, maybe we need their help. Are we trying to say Indonesian racing teams don't sell dart blocks?
It's like a
street bike thing. Rob said, "What's up?"
Hi.
Well, I think that was pretty much it. I just wanted to talk about the car, how we're waiting on the axles, find out how the last video that I did, if you guys liked it. What did Rob say? I'm doing Bud Ice. We had a case of Bud Ice at one time. I can't drink the ice beers. I usually do the light. What was that email you mentioned? Here, I'll drop it in the chat. What I could do is I'll share the screen on my phone and put some of those racing videos up there. The other day. Oops. Regular guy garage 8@gmail.com. Boom. Sent. Awesome, Dylan. We appreciate that. Because, I think that's an option for me to go dart block with this rotating assembly. Because, like I said, the rotating assembly is forged, and it works, well. So that'd be my most cost-effective route to get a little deeper into the fives before, if I'm not ready, say I'm not ready to go into something bigger yet. Last vid was cool. I like learning about the Holly. Oh, anyway, makes me feel like a nerd. I like nerding out on that stuff. I watch a lot of Joe Simpson. He's really good. He makes a lot of good beginner Holly Terminator X beginner videos. Or I guess it's really Holly beginner as a whole. And he dumbs it down to the point where it's like how to download Holly software, which is good because a lot of people, one, don't know, but two, even like the issue that I had, it shows you how to do that. And it should be simple, but they don't make things as easy as they should. I just got it delivered today. It's a 650 Edelbrock. And I was talking about you selling your Terminator X. Okay. Oh, okay. I will remember that. Gotcha. Yeah, and like I said, Rob, I'm trying to. The plan would be probably for I want to build the car over the winter, and it more likely be have the car built over the winter because I need to do some chassis work and suspension. Yeah, maybe a little bit of rear suspension too. Which I got that anti-roll bar in the rear, and I just adjusted the anti-roll bar too. I set it up at neutral, put a quarter turn on the passenger side. Well, I had John sit in the car to mimic basically me sitting. Granted, he's a little bit lighter, maybe 5 or so pounds.
I'm 140.
Yeah, about 5 pounds. So I had him sit in the driver's seat, and I adjusted the passenger side rear, put some preload in it. So whenever I get these axles in, we'll see how it goes. I think the anti-roll bar is actually going to help the car leave a lot better too. So, what's that, a nut?
Yeah,
I just dropped it. I don't know. It's probably one of the extra nuts that came off of this car when I was fixing something and just left it out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I wonder if. Let me see. Hold on. Let me send it to myself. I'm going to try and share my. There we go. Let's see if I can do this. Because I got some cool videos from the race the other day, so I can throw those up here. Some of these cars, man, they fly. Okay. Even to the point where, like, where we started out the finish line and they were ripping by pretty good. And then we actually found great seats up by, like, right above. We were actually above where they were racing. Man, these cars 60 foot hard. I guarantee you they were going, one flat 60 foots.
I'll just probably be a good idea to move forward more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to be at the end of the track because I like watching the cars as they cross the finish line. The good thing about 8th Mile, though, is it's not that far, so you can still pretty much see. And where we were sitting, because we were looking down on the track, Thunder Valley's got a nice layout, but the bleachers, they've seen better days. Yeah. They're like termite heaven now. Yeah, we got to see some good racing. Here we go. I got a buy didn't care receipt. Spam. Let's see if I can do this. You're entering the broadcast studio. I don't want allow mic and cam access. I don't want that.
You can make it.
Oh yeah, I can turn it
off. Just press allow. And stop. Yeah.
Gotcha. Dan's phone. This is so dumb. Okay, sweet. Sorry about that. All right, so let me see. And then I think what I can do is actually just share this screen. Here's is this the first race? Yeah.
You were able to share the screen with the other.
Here, let me see. Add to stream. Okay, there it is right there. But it doesn't. Nope. You know why? It's because I went out of the thing. It's only adding my camera. What I'm trying to do is add. I'm trying to add the. Sorry guys, technical difficulties here. This is where Funky 5.0 comes in clutch because he knows how to do all this stuff. But wait, why doesn't it? Because if I add, Wait. Here it is. It's going to be share screen, I think. That's what it is.
So click.
That's what it's going to be. So we can put this one. Everyone's probably like, what is he doing? It's watching me. Yeah, I don't get why it's not.
It's letting you share a screen on the laptop, right?
Yeah, on the laptop, I could share the screen from the laptop onto here, but this won't.
Maybe it's because it's your phone.
Yeah, it might be because it's a phone. Remove solo layout, unmute. Definitely don't want to unmute. Whatever. We'll figure it out for the next one. Anyway, I had some good races from the other day. I got to figure this out. One flat that's moving. Yeah, for 60 foot, these things were definitely, they were in the fours. They were well into the fours. It was a 28's Gone Wild race down at Thunder Valley. And yeah, these cars were flying. I'd guarantee they were doing probably 470s, maybe down into 450s.
Yeah, we were timing them, but we were probably a bit off.
Yeah, what we were doing was trying to time them from the finish line. So once we saw the car squat, we would start our timers and then compare with each other. And I mean, we had some of them 420, 430. Mine was always, I'd say mine was right because I'd be like 425 and then he'd be like 390. It's definitely not running a 390. That's like 200 plus mile an hour.
Maybe, possibly.
No, not. My reaction time is just quicker than yours is what it is. That was what the real test was. Because that's what we were doing, right? Reaction time. Boop. I've been working that button, I got to let off the button when those lights drop. He's just not there yet. Just accept defeat, John.
My eyes are delete.
I do have really good eyesight.
That's because you're deaf.
Well, yeah, I didn't say anything about my ears. Brailsford's Rides. What's up, man? Were you in Funky's chat earlier or live stream? I left before you got that car fired off. I still need to figure this phone. John, you're in charge. Let me figure the phone thing out. Start conversation. You ever see what's a movie, Major League, when Bob Uecker passes out and then his assistant, he's got it. I know you haven't seen it, but I'm sure some of these guys did. Then the other announcer comes in and like he just basically is like fly ball caught. That's basically what's about to happen. I need to figure out how to share the screen so I can put the racing videos up.
Alrighty. So Brailsford's Rides said, I missed it, just bought a Fox and was surprising my kids with it. I don't know how to do this.
What kind of Fox?
Yeah, what kind of Fox?
Come on, you can't just know how to build engines. You got to be a personality apparently too. What kind of what's the details on the Fox, man? It's always a good day when you buy a Foxbody. I need to figure out how to share this.
85 LX50.
Oh, nice. Is it a coupe or a coupe? Because they only had the GTs were hatches, so that should be a coupe.
I like the 4i Foxbodies.
Yeah. Yep. I would love. I'm still semi looking for a 4i, but I can't have too many projects. What do you say?
GSF 420X said, new to the drag strip on street racing. I got a 93 Reef Blue hatch, 347 CI, 76 millimeter on 3, TKO 600, 3.73 gears, and a Holly X. And Pip Tyson said 4i, nice.
You're just reading everything. Do you know what a TKO 600 is?
got.
If you had to guess,
it got knocked out.
Well, yeah. If you had to guess, would that be a stick or automatic?
For some reason, I feel like automatics would be like 6,000. So I'm guessing manual.
That's a Tremec, yeah. Tremec transmission. That's a pretty beefy transmission too. TKO 600. That's a good setup. Do the drag strip and street racing. Have you GSF? Have you taken it out racing? Like, what if you want to share? Like times are you doing, or maybe how's the learning curve going for you? Especially in a stick car, I've always had the most trouble trying to leave on it because I never had the suspension available to like launch hard. I would always have to try and feather it, and I'm just not good at that. Full Team Z suspension, Viking Warrior triple adjustable shocks. What would you recommend for running for C and R on drag radials? I would try running like a 3 on compression and 8 on rebound. Start with that. And then you could always go up or down depending on how it reacts. I run between 3 to 2. It's more 2 to 4, sometimes 5 on compression, and then rebound I go between 6 and 10. So that's why I say a good place to start is 3 and 8, and then just go from there. Bro, else try this. Sorry, dropped out for a minute. Yeah, no worries, man. No, it's a convertible. It was a 3.8, but was okay. 5.0 swapped. Nice. Haven't made any passes yet. I just purchased a draggy, so I'll have numbers soon. Nice. Yeah, that draggy is. Oh yeah, mine's still in the car.
Good draggy.
It's still.
I was about to ask, where is it?
It's magneted to the inside the door. I should probably charge that thing.
What is it like behind the?
If you open the door, it's right. Look on the where the frame is on the left. Pull the carpet back.
They're hiding it.
No, well, yeah, I hide it because I don't know. I just put it there. Actually, if you want to take it out, we can charge it. Not like we can use it because the car is on jack stands. Not 4. Yeah, I saw you. You said not 4.0. That'd be weird if you swapped a 4.0 from a 3.8. Wasn't looking for a vert. Okay, but the deal was and that's really the only affordable Foxes you can find these days is a convertible. I know one guy who's really happy about that. He's not in here. Is Gearhead 704 because he is all about that convertible life. One of my favorite things about or my favorite types of Fox bodies is convertible. I would say like a white GT convertible with the saline wing and then the roll bar. That to me is one of the coolest looking 5.0 convertibles. Like Vanilla Ice, but
like that convertible Foxbody that we see drive around.
Yeah, that's a LX. That's a LX, yeah. Like this year, maybe 87 and up. Really nice looking car too.
That's a 4-ice one, I think.
Okay, so then there's 2. I actually saw a red one today too. There's a bunch of we're seeing Fox bodies more and more, which is weird because maybe 5 years ago, I feel like there was no Fox bodies out on the road. At least here, they were all. I mean, people were racing them and stuff, but none of them were around here, like on the road. You got a great deal on that Fox, Matt. What did you, if you don't mind asking Sharon, what did, how was the, or how much did you get it for? If you're willing to share. If not, no big deal. GSF said with 373 gears, do you think I'll make it past the quarter mile in 4th? I'm on a 28, 275, 60, 15, Mickey Thompson, Street R. 5th gear is obviously overdrive. 4 is your 1-to-1. So it'll definitely blow apart trans if I try banging it. Yeah, don't bang 5th. At least you'll lose 5th, but 1 through 4 should still work. 373 1-to-1 ratio. You're looking at probably 100 and on a 28. Probably depends on your RPM, right? If you cross at 5,500, we might only cross at 124 mile an hour. If you cross at 7,000, it's obviously going to be faster. For reference, when I'm on a 331 on a dyno, I did a pull to 5,500 and it was 125 miles an hour. So you figure a little further out. I believe if I pulled this to 6,000, it would trap at like 134, but I'm on a 26. So on a 28, you'd be looking at more. There's a calculator. If you Google, I think it's Strange Engineering has a calculator. You can type in your car's rear gear ratio. So it'll be 373. Then you can type in, you know what? John, go get my laptop. It's upstairs on the table next to my bed.
All right.
And I'll share the screen up from that. Hold on. We'll figure this out right now. Hey, Paul, how are you, sir? Sweet. Oh, you're talking to Paul the Fox. Have an 86 4i. That would be a project, but I would let it go cheap. If anyone's looking for an 86 4i, I'm not a huge. Oh, wait. Is it a convertible? Dylan, let me get the details on that. Browse for Ride said, trying to get in with the Fox groups now, Paul. It's a fun community to be in, man. GSF said, sorry for the questions. Like I said, I'm new to all this. Just threw a bunch of money at my... Hey, man, I have zero issues answering questions. I bet you, and a lot of people that are in these live streams and all the other channels are more knowledgeable than I am for sure. So I don't mind questions at all. I welcome them. And yeah, that's all of us, man. We're all just throwing money at our cars. I want to make my Fox as fast as my Boss. Do you have the Roadrunner engine Boss Mustang? That was what? That was like 4. Okay, he got it. 2K, only rust is inside the door at the bottom. That's actually a solid deal. $2,000. You can't find that around here. Yeah, go plug that thing in. All right, let's go. 347 cubic inch turbo. So I can't really go to 6,000. Car made 570, 650 on 11 PSI. You did it on gas or on E85? 5,800. Nice. Yeah, if you're turning 5,800, I got my computer. I'll throw this conversion thing up here in a second. Motor needs some refreshing, but I've driven her out in town. What's up? Okay. You want to say hi to everyone instead of making faces? Do you like Daddy's car? What do you like about it? Tell everyone what you like about it. Does it make noise? A lot of noise? Mm-hmm. Is it slow or fast?
Fast.
Oh, how fast?
Faster, 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 faster.
There's your official review right there, guys.
There's no brick for it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll do it later. She just gave them the review of my car. Now she's going to sit here. Hold on. John's new stand-in.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let me pull up this calculator really quick. We'll keep reading here. It's on a mount. Don't know what they're talking about. I bought a 351, and I'm gonna build and stuff it in my vert over the winter. The 302 is going in my 94 F-150 this spring. Okay, you made 570 on 93 pump. That's pretty stout. 11 PSI. I forget. You said you were a stick though, right? So yeah, you had that TKO 600, John. I think mine only made. I touched 500 on gas on 10 pounds, but I got that automatic, which is converter is really tight. And then obviously I went and made 500 on E85 on 7 cylinders. Trans John. Nice, another Fox channel with kids involved. Yeah, I have 6 kids. So He is the engine guy with me, the race car fanatic. The other ones really aren't too into it. She is going to be a little race car driver. Guaranteed. Sally said, she's such a sweetheart. You should see her attitude. You should see her throw hands. That's all I'll say.
Speaking of the shirt,
GSF said, she's awesome. Hang on, stop. You're bouncing the table. Hold on. Not a vert. Was the first car I bought when I was 14, but needed more work than I was capable of at the time. And I bought a 94 and can't put money in both. It was a 4-cylinder car, and now it's a roller. Oh, the one he's selling. That's right. That's what he's talking about. What were you saying? Oh, I need that shirt you were wearing. Yeah, I've been trying to come up with a way to sell these. I actually have a box of blank shirts that I need to just basically find someone to make it a little bit better of a design. I have a few friends who are, what do they call that? Like digital, what do they call them?
Designers.
Yeah. So it's in the works. I've been wanting to do it. Would let it go for 600. Send me pictures of it, man. Dylan, send me some pictures of it. And then, well, I really don't care what kind of work it needs for that much. Brailsford saying hi to Sally. 373 gears for the conversion. Okay, yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. Hang on, let me stop getting sidetracked real quick. I notice more people come in the later it gets. Smitty's Bad 5.0. What's up, man? How you doing? All right. Strange mile per hour. Okay, here we go. Right here. Calculate gear ratio calculator. Nope, that's not it. I need the one from Strange. All right, so now I need to share my screen. So let me pop into my email. 1 second, guys. I'm pulling up this conversion thing, and it's pretty good info to have. I've actually used this conversion thing a lot. Hey, hold on. I've used this conversion thing a lot, especially when I was deciding what rear gear to go with in my car. Stop. She's crazy. Yeah, so I was looking into what like basically, if you don't know, I had a 410 it was a 410 in the car, and then went over to the 331. And when I was trying to figure out what rear gear I wanted to run, if I was trying to do the eighth mile or quarter mile, I mean, I had to I use this calculator right here. All right, let me see if I can get in. Oh, let me shut the sound off so I don't do what I was doing before. Oh. All right, so now that I'm in, oh, that's why, John, because on this one I can share the screen.
Yeah.
I can't do that from my phone. Share entire screen.
It's fun. Your phone.
Okay, let me pull up the calculator now. All right, so here's the calculator, guys. So let's see what he said. So gear ratio, no, we're looking for mile per hour. So what was the gear ratio again? It was I got to go up. 373. And really the trans doesn't matter because it just wants your 1-to-1 ratio. It'll just calculate it in 1-to-1, which is your fourth gear. And then your tire is a 28-inch. In reality, the tires, even though they're 28, they're actually 28.2. So this will be give or take a little. And then RPM, we'll say you're turning 5,800, like you said. And then we'll calculate 129.58 miles per hour is what you're looking at. And so if you can turn it up to, or say you don't, so you can turn it up to 6,000. 134. So yeah, that's really what you're looking at. You're looking at you're basically 130 miles an hour is what you're looking at. If you're running, you said you were running a turbo, right? 76 mil turbo. I would say you're probably going to cross that finish line at or above 130. So I would suggest, a 355, if you're driving it on the road, is a solid gear. And if you turn that at 5,800, that'll probably give you what you need. They're 136 miles an hour. So I would say if you're going to change, but if you're driving on the street, 355 would be the gear that you want. Depending on how high you have that thing turned up, if you're running 11 pounds, you'll probably top this out. And the power, I'm sure you could turn it to 6,000. I've had mine turned to 6,200. It's just a matter of, like, you don't want it to stay there long, and you're talking 140 miles an hour at that point. So fun little project there. All right, we're back to here. So there you go. You're looking at about 126 to 130 miles an hour, depending on what you do. All right, let's get back to some of these comments. Smitty, hello. What's up? I've got 2. Oh, okay. He's talking about kids. I've got 2 of the 3rd scheduled to arrive tomorrow. Good luck, man. And congrats. Yeah, 6, we're done. Got all that we need. Six kids, that's more than a family. That's a cartel. Yeah, if you've seen these kids, man, they are a cartel. You ain't kidding. Loch Ness, I love my vert guys. Quit hating on them. Oh, we ain't hating on them. It's just not the preferred, for some reason. It's just not the preferred car. For the Foxes. But like back in the day, I feel like everyone wanted a vert. Things just change randomly. I have no issue with the vert. I would drive like I said, 93 white convertible with a roll bar all day, and a saline wing on chrome ponies. I'm gonna put a true roll bar in this winter. Just a fast street car. Yeah, and I'm not talking, Rob, I'm not talking like the roll cage roll bar. I'm talking like the bar that comes from window to window, basically, that Foxes used to have back in the day. I haven't really seen many of them with them on now. I make my channel shirts with my wife. Yeah, we have Cricket or Cricket or whatever it's called. Which, this is cheapy. Like I'd feel bad taking money for this kind of cheapy material. Plus, we have an iron and we iron it on, and then sometimes some of the stuff peels off. And
the Christmas one.
Yeah.
Remember it came up. It's been doing good now. It's just sitting in my closet because it doesn't fit anymore. But
Sally's saying hi, Brailsford. Loch Ness, I can't wait to wrench on mine. Sally says, how's your wife feeling, Matt? The wrenching will be fun. Dylan says, we'll get you some pictures over the next week. I'm busy the weekend with Mopar National, my father-in-law. Nice, man. Good luck over there. Where's Mopar Nationals? Where's that at? I could always Google it, but
Googling's too hard.
It creates conversation. Brailsford said, we're waiting to see if the hospital will push the induction, but that would be a forced induction. Same terminology, different context, though. But she's doing good as expected. Awesome. Soon hang in. Pip Tyson says, Tremec has a gear speed calculator, a more in-depth one. Nice. Yeah, there's a whole bunch out there. I've always just used the Strange one. GSF, yeah, no problem, man. Donnie B, what's up, brother? Welcome to the chat or live stream, whatever we're doing. This maniac. She just likes seeing herself. Vanilla Ice would be proud. Absolutely. I grew up on Vanilla. Man, Vanilla Ice was he was it back in the day. Go Ninja Go. What was that? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. That was my movie. You seen that, right?
I've seen the first one.
You haven't seen the second one?
I think I've seen the first one. Second.
Okay. Teenage
third
Mutant.
one?
The third one was when they went to Japan.
Oh, I saw.
They have the little.
Then I saw them all. Actually, I don't think I saw the second one. I think I saw the first one and the third one.
I'm so disappointed if you didn't see the second one.
Hey, that's on your part because you showed me. I watched them with you.
I'm appalled. All right, so we're watching Ninja Turtles 2 today. Secret of the Ooze.
Alrighty.
You didn't see that where they have the ooze and they make the turtles eat the donuts and no, I failed as a father.
At least I've seen the first and the third one.
Yeah, the first one. That's the first movie I ever saw ever in the theater. This was what 1988, I think. I was a little kid. Like one of my first memories was seeing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at what was it, Amboy Cinemas in Perth Amboy, which is now abandoned and I think getting knocked down and all that stuff. One of my earliest memories. What else we got here? Brailsford said we have a whole heat press set up and get the high quality vinyl. Yeah, I mean, right, this is just some Walmart vinyl, and it's just like an all white thing. My brother-in-law actually has a T-shirt company. It's called Average
something.
Is it average? Man,
Average.
Hold on, let me get him a shout out real quick because it's a veteran owned company. He's a veteran too, or not? I mean, he still serves. It's similar. It's funny because he made it not even really knowing anything about my YouTube stuff, but his is like it's pretty similar to like regular guy, like my thing, but it's not obviously. So hold on, let me see real quick. Average. I think it's average. Okay, PFA. Pretty effing average is his Instagram page. The company's called Average Veteran Apparel. He sells T-shirts. It's basically just like I'm an average guy, and people buy them. I mean, he sells them pretty good. And then he does like hat embroidering and all that stuff. He's out of Tennessee.
You have like one of the big machines.
Yeah, he's got that machine that like jabs the needles into the. What did I say? Oh, Richard Overlord. Evening, fellas. Hey, what's up, Richard? Welcomed into the live stream. Rockingham. I forgot what we were talking about with Rockingham. We were just in Rockingham, though.
Mopar.
Oh, is that in Rockingham? No, this weekend they have. Okay, Hebron, Ohio. There you go. I want to say this weekend at Rockingham is like a street cruise / race thing. Not a street, but it's like it's a car show race thing. Justin McGriff, hey, what's going on? Welcome in. Got a bunch of new people coming in. They did a line change. A bunch of people left. A couple came in. You should know about that. You're the hockey fan.
I like look at the stuff and go away.
Okay, so let's see. National Trail Raceway in Hebron, Ohio. If you follow all the Street Race Channel series videos, that's the track, their front yard. They were just out there too, weren't they? They did the one that got rained out, where Billy had that super close race. The dude changed the engine like the night before and ended up beating him by like a hair on his head. Brailsford said, hey, Justin. Oh, he's talking. Donnie B says, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 was my movie when I was a kid. Super Shredder and Combat Cold Cuts. That was the beginning of the movie. And it was, it's funny. My sister-in-law she just posted a thing on Instagram. She was watching that the other day.
The earliest memory I could think of is, I think it was might have been, no, it wasn't in California. It was when you had the gray Mustang just like sitting in it. He's sitting in it.
What was that? That was a supercharged 306, 89, 5-speed. It was my, Donnie B, all those Ninja Turtles movies, but 2 was my favorite back as a kid. And I liked the kid. What was the kid's name? The pizza delivery boy. That dude, man, he was kung fu. I wanted to just do kung fu so bad back then, but Brailsford Rod said, "You have at what service?" I am in the Army. Almost to the end. Almost. I was guessing I was wrong. LOL. Are you in NC? I'm in Jacksonville. That's east, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm at the only Army spot in North Carolina. The center of the universe. Making Foxbody money. That's what I'm talking about.
isn't that in Mexico? Center of the universe. There's like a spot in Mexico where you just stand there and no one outside the circle can hear you.
You know more than me. I don't know. Is it in the Capitol building where you can actually stand on one side of the building and then talk at a normal voice and the sound echoes and carries over to the other side? The Washington, D.C. Capitol building? That's probably true. This kid knows more stuff. I thought I was like the king of useless knowledge. He's got me beat by a long shot. He'll just randomly and you know what's the best part? I'll be like in the weirdest position, cussing my head off because this car or the truck or something is just kicking my ass. And then he'll be like, Dad, did you know that in 1738, the Mongolian blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, John, this is really the worst time for this right now. It's great information, but geez, ask me at dinner time or something.
I think I was telling you about like,
I don't know. You tell me so much stuff.
tunnel rats or something.
Keno, that was his name. Yeah, he infiltrates the Foot Clan. Oh, we can't tell him too much. You know other movie I was asking him today? Short Circuit. He hasn't seen Short Circuit. And he doesn't know who Johnny Five is. So I have a lot of work to do as a father to get him spun up. I'm in the Navy, so I can do.
I've got like the basic 80s, 90s movies.
Yeah, you've watched a bunch with me.
Yeah.
And like, what I like is he appreciates movies back then. He can understand that, like,
they've run out of ideas. All they're doing is just recreating stuff.
That's why
making it worse.
That's why Lamborghini's remaking the Countach or whatever. What else are they gonna make? I'm in the Navy, still active. Awesome, man. I got a lot of cousins in the Navy. They're either BA Beach or what's the other one? Jacksonville. A couple out west in California. So you are right by my dad. He lives in Bun Level. Yeah, from where I am, I think Bun Level is like an hour and some change north. I try and stay as far away from work as possible. Donnie B has it. Keno. Yep. As soon as I read that, I knew that was it. Keno.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TV show. He's in there.
He is? The new one?
I think so. No, not the new one. The one from
the 80s?
No, the early 2000s.
Oh, okay. Now the cartoon from when we were younger was awesome too. And like they had the Technodrome toy that I never got because we were poor, and like the only thing I ever wanted was this Technodrome toy. And I think you can find them on eBay for like a couple $100. Oh, if you saw this toy, right? If you understood what it was like to grow up in the 80s, right? We didn't have this stuff.
Toys are like
nobody cares about toys now because you got YouTube and
stuff.
This was the toy to get that, and the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier, which I still want to buy that. I'm still mad at Santa Claus for never bringing me that stuff. Johnny Five is alive. See, they know. He would like that movie. He likes that stuff. What else we got here? Doing well, Brailsford. I've been on nights for 2 weeks. Built his dream home in the middle of nowhere. That's what I'm talking about. That's my goal. I mean, where I'm at now is actually really nice. I could live here for a while, but I would love to have like a bunch of acres and just me, myself, and my cars and the family. How are you doing? Great.
Yeah, I could just tear up the grass at the end of the property.
Yeah, your dirt bike. I had no grass last year because this kid, and I must have gone through, he had this little 125 dirt bike. I must have went through 100 gallons of gas for him. Had no grass. Had a really nice dirt bike track, though.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole property. Johnny Five is alive. Yeah, we're going to watch that. You know what? We're going to watch that tonight.
Yeah.
It's only 10:30. Nice chatting, fellas. Good to know. I'm not only guy here from NC besides Frank Three Stangs. Yeah, I met Frank actually. He sold me this upper intake out at Thunder Valley. Good dude, man. Good to have you in here, Brailsford. Thanks for stopping in. Good luck with the new kid. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see you around. Dylan said the white S10 Blazer that Tommy raced at the event Uncaged event is a buddy of mine. Nice. Yeah, didn't Tommy barely beat him too? Or I think the S10 spun. They got that car fixed now, though. That car's going to be bad, especially when they learn it. You figure if they are doing as well as they were on that old school stuff, now that they can actually look at data and be like, oh, this is exactly what the car is doing. Those guys they were always tough to beat, it seems. And now I think they're going to be even more tough to beat. Yeah, he's on 28 acres in Bud level. Nice. Frank's a good guy. Yeah, Frank's awesome. Donnie B said, worked on tuning a Terminator X powered Fox today, but AOD was starting to let go, so couldn't dyno it. Are you going back to the dyno after you fix the spark plug wire? So I'm probably not going to go back to the dyno because of how well I saw that how close the tune was. Because really, I just went, like, it was cool to see. It would have been cool to see how much power we could have really made. But I just wanted to make sure my timing, my fuel table, everything is right, which my fuel table is spot on. My learn table is it's like between 0 and 2. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to go back to the dyno on this setup. But the track for sure. And plus, I'm out of the fuel pump, too. I need to get that... I'm probably going to go with the Dominator 1800 fuel pump. It's basically a dual 380 pump. And then I can hook it up to a Hobbs switch and have it come on the second pump to a Hobbs switch. All right, I'm out for real later, guys. Later, Brailsford. Thanks for stopping in, man. Yeah, the S10 Blazer got pretty sideways. Yeah, I saw that, man. That's kind of the only thing that makes me nervous about eventually getting into that no prep stuff is we watched the video today that was up in Wilkesboro where that TKM Foxbody hit the scoreboard and split in half. So that's kind of why, like, I'm focusing more on building up, things like the rear. I want to finish doing more stuff with the chassis, the cage, make sure everything is where it needs to be in the event that something bad happens, and then I'll throw, a solid engine and all that good stuff at it. Did you make a dedicated E85 tune or sticking with a flex adjusted tune? No, I'm just sticking with that flex adjusted tune only because the pump E85 isn't consistent out here. I've had anywhere from 60 to 83. So it's actually worked perfect the whole time. That, and I only have that one station. So, if I think we're out of E85. Yeah, we're out. And I heard the pump like cavitating earlier. Oh, wow, that thing is big. Oh, he's coming after you. He got attacked by this monstrous spider. That's a black widow. Not a black widow, a brown recluse. Oh, he jumped.
I saw him yesterday. Yeah, I was about to say that stuff.
No, it's a brown recluse, which will tear you up.
Maybe we should keep it one more time and make sure it's dead.
No, he's gone.
About
to get demonetized for killing a spider.
PETA's gonna come after us.
That thing was that big. Like, the body had to be that big on it. It was huge. And of course, you're not wearing shoes. Like, none of my kids wear shoes.
My shoes, my feet got too big over something.
God damn, we're getting dive bombed over here now. All right, back to the car stuff. We bring you all kind of action. No lightning show today, so we gotta bug assault going on. I looked at that pump. It says not to leave E85 in that pump and want you to drain it after an event. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on that Dominator pump to where they want, like you can't run it over 90-degree heat, which is obviously pretty hard to do down here. And then, yeah, what I've been doing is running gas through. Like when I get really low, I'll just throw some gas in, run the gas through, and then, like a gallon or so, just so that there's no E85 sitting in the injectors and, the pump or none of that stuff. One of my fuel filters it's got like a little bit of gum down at the bottom from the ethanol. So I'm probably going to pull that fuel filter apart and then clean it out. Funky 5-0 in the house. What's up, man? What's up? I made it, helping my buddy first fire up with new AFR heads, B41, 347, Vortec Fox. How's it going? Did you get it fired up? That's a stout build right there. What size Vortec? Or like which brand? Like a V3? Or not brand, which model, I guess. Donnie B, I gave up on the Terminator X for now. I'm going carb. Back to EFI in the spring. Justin McGriff, what's up, Funky? Nice, Funky. Hey, Funky, what's up, Funky? I don't blame you, Loch Ness. The date is getting moved again from Holly. Dang. How much was whoever needs a Holly? How much to buy the one off my car right now?
$5,000.
No, you get a dang Dominator for $2,000, I think. Donnie B found someone with a B41. Sounds good. Fired right up. Not sure. It's got 8 pounds. Nice. Hey, fired right up. That's a win. Always a win when it fires right up. That's why I like when this thing fired off. I started it today. I haven't started in probably 2 weeks. I like to try and cycle the key so that the computer turns on, because I don't know if that like maybe internal battery or something. I've had it to where I didn't start the car for like a month and then the tune was gone. It just, the battery went so dead that I basically had no tune in the car. Luckily, I save everything on my laptop. So there's another tip for Terminator X guys. Save your tunes, not only on the SD card, on your lap, like double save them, because if you lose them out of the actual ECU, if your battery goes dead or something weird happens, you can just re-upload your saved tune. That's cool. B41 is a good blower cam for basic stroker motors. Donnie B, which one of your cams would you say is good for turbo setup? Like best turbo cam? Would you say that B41 is the same as the best one, or which Anderson cam would you recommend for turbo cars? I would think you need something with like a 114 lobe separation angle, higher RPM. Loch Ness Howdy. Oh, Holly Sniper had a 540 intake pump. That should work good. It has 6AN orb fittings on the hat. I forgot what power it's rated, but I'm pretty sure it was up there. In-tank pump, okay. Oh, in-tank pump makes sense, not intake pump. Gotcha. Yeah, I have that fuel cell, so I run the external pump on it. B41HR. That's the go-to turbo cam, I assume, from Anderson Ford Motorsport. I'm going to have to look up the specs on that. This XC274HR, I mean, I feel like it's a little bit too tame for what I'm really trying to do. But at the same time, I'm pushing that power limit with the car anyway. It gets you there. But what I've been reading and researching and seeing more, the XC274HR seems more of like a streetable performance cam. Because I actually do. When I take the car down the road, the thing drives smooth, even down low. I think too, because I got that 3500 stall converter, so it's not like, I think if I had a lower stall or maybe with a stick car, it might buck a little. I'm digging the Pro M EFI. Expensive, but after what I'm seeing, but after seeing what's with it, I see why. Yeah. Yeah, that Pro-M stuff, like I was saying before, man, that's solid stuff. I know I've seen, was it the Big Stuff 3 is another engine management system, but you can't go wrong with that Pro-M EFI stuff, especially with the backlog and all the Terminator stuff. There's zero. I actually was the stuff that I was buying to convert this to mass air when I was trying to do mass air conversion was Pro-M.
We're going longer than me.
Yeah.
More people, more stuff.
Actually, yeah, it's what 10:40. Yeah, I think we're gonna get going here.
Oh, come on, right? Hit the 2-hour mark.
No, I'm tired, man. I'm old. We still gotta watch Ninja Turtles. All right, guys, that's gonna be it. We're gonna take off. One last comment from Donnie B. Pro-M is legit. It actually controls the timing, so you can have a bad TFI and it doesn't matter. Yep, Funky was saying that earlier, which is awesome. But all right, guys, that's going to be it. Thanks for hanging out with us. We hung out for about 40 minutes longer than I was planning on it and talked about random stuff and the car and where it's going and all that stuff. So hopefully I get these strange axles here soon enough. They said 2 weeks. We'll see. Hopefully sooner. And then we can get the car back out to the track, hopefully a couple more times here. So, again, thanks for stopping in. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.